Am I the a-hole for abandoning my family at an all-inclusive after my wedding? We had our wedding at an all-inclusive. It was beautiful, and since we were having a small wedding, it was cheaper than having a big wedding in town. We chose one with very inexpensive flights and subsidized any guest who wanted to come but might have trouble covering the cost. We had 50 guests. The plan was for everyone to come down before the wedding, spend a few days enjoying the sun, and then celebrate with us. My mother got it into her head that this should be a family reunion. She didn't want my new husband's family there, so her plan was to contact our side of the family and tell them to shift their reservations so that they would be coming later and staying after the wedding. She also invited other people for after the wedding, as long as they were part of my wedding block that was allowed by the hotel. We actually got a little kickback from a few that overlapped my wedding day. Anyway, my mom didn't inform me, but the hotel did because some of the extras wanted the group price even though they weren't going to be there until after the wedding. I was upset, but my mom goes into hysterics if confronted. My husband and I decided to just roll with it. The wedding and reception went beautifully. The day following the wedding, I ran into my family that I had not invited, for a reason. However, we ran into them in the lobby on our way to the airport. My husband and I decided not to have our honeymoon at that resort. Instead, we flew to one on the other side of the country. Goodbye Caribbean, hello Pacific. My mom blew up my phone wondering where we were. I told her we went on our honeymoon in Baja California. She lost her shit. She had told everyone that I was cool with the plan. I missed the hysterics, which I appreciated. She is still upset and said I was ungrateful and childish after all she did. I bit my tongue instead of yelling at her for inviting people I disliked to my wedding and on my honeymoon. So am I the a-hole for leaving?
Here are the top comments.
OP is most definitely not the a-hole and did the right thing. I cannot imagine staying just because mom had other plans, and her honeymoon plans were already booked. But I think you need to grow a spine and stop letting your mom have her way because you don't want to deal with her hysterics. Start setting your boundaries and figure out ways to deal if she gets hysterical. Walk away, just give her the stare or tell you will not listen to her. Next time, do not bite your tongue, because if you do not nip in the bud now, just imagine what life will be like if you decide to have kids someday.
Haha, well, too bad for her. She tried to hijack her own daughter's wedding for her own agenda event. How can she be mad that when you didn't know as far as she was concerned by deliberately not telling you about her plans, that you went on a honeymoon somewhere else? Good for you. Your mom sounds like a piece of work, and I'm glad you started your married life showing her it's not flying. But you are.
I agree. The changed plans were never brought up to OP, and it's commonplace to have your honeymoon somewhere else. She shouldn't be surprised that you weren't available after the wedding.